And then I came back home and I ate 3 grams of mushrooms.
What time is this?
What
time
time
relative
was
at that
this?
point?
This was about 9.
9 in the morning?
Yeah, 9:30-ish.
We were doing completely different things.
Yeah, yeah. I took 3 grams of mushrooms and I then laid in bed in the darkness, silence, mostly with little Donnie,
Oh, the dog.
my furry son, and
Our producer.
We just laid in bed for about 7 hours.
Was the dog tripping too? Because that's a little. Because
No.
a dog sitting there for 7 hours.
No, he was in and
right.
out a little bit, but yeah, he was just hanging out with me.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I had a very introspective, contemplative journey.
Do you feel different?
Well, I don't know about different, but it was a fairly intense contemplative journey. I did a lot of searching and asking myself questions about myself and my life, and trying to make some decisions. And you know, we always want to make adjustments, right? Like, you want to focus on the things that bring positive feelings and cut down on the things that don't, that bring negative feelings or anything like that. And so that's what I'm always working out.
I always temper it. If I do anything introspective, I realize that whatever, and again, it's going to sound totally negative. It's not. I realize
Yes, it is.
it's going to be negative, but it's part of it. You can cut as many positives out, but there will be a new negative that will come with cutting out the positive, cutting out the negative. You know what I mean? You cut a negative out, someone's going to fill the void. It could be more positive.
Why?
But it's you have to deal with some level of strife and
Well, look,
roadblocks.
sure, life is complicated.
Nothing's perfect, and if you can eliminate
do our best, right?
imperfections, yeah, and if you can eliminate imperfections and correct those things, then you're doing a great job. If you can minimize the deficiencies, but
I started really broad. I started in my mind. I was thinking just generally, what makes me feel good? What do I like? What do I not like? What's stressing me out? What can I do? You know, how do I figure this out? And you know, that sounds like really obvious stuff. You know, you can pinpoint obvious things pretty easily, but man, you can really get in there. And I ask myself a lot of questions about myself. I really sort of poke a lot of holes in my own game. You know, I really try to call myself on any bullshit and be real with myself. And sometimes that's not the most fun.
no,
Today was not particularly difficult in that sense, but there's a lot of being real with myself about, you know, are you doing this for the right reason? Are you doing your best or whatever, you know, or are you just being the best version of yourself? Because that's what I want to, you know, that's what we want to try to be, right? I mean, you know, I guess if you're being mindful at all about your life, you want to try your best to be the best version.
I don't know. I'd be okay with being a mediocre version of myself as
Yeah.
long as everything turned out at the end. Like I could, you know, it doesn't matter the flight of the missile as long as
Well,
it hits its target.
I'll tell you, this is a real oversimplified version, but I try my best. But a thing that, and this is not new, this is, you know, long running, like, knowledge about myself. I'm a perpetual failure. I fail at everything. You know, everything I do is a failure. And that has to do with subjectively how you might define it as being successful. Like, what's success? I don't know, you know. And so when I say everything's a failure, I mean, that's, you know,
That's a blanket statement.
that's a
Yeah,
very
it's
vague
yeah.
sort of thing. Well, okay. Well, your sort of famous metric or your, I don't know, most common metric is financial success. That's one that you measure things a lot by.
I have to.
Yeah.
I wake up with it every day.
Well, yeah, I think a lot. I mean, look, we all got to deal with that, right? Most people.
It's just me. If I don't put myself out there emotionally, like if I go to work and I don't put forth effort to impress something, then I don't make money. You know, so I have to wake up with hope.
Yeah.
And I have to actually jump into being social, which I'm not naturally.
Yeah.
But financially, your metric is
by that metric, you know, and make no mistake, I'm not here to say like I'm this, I don't know, monk like figure that doesn't care about money. I try real hard to not, and I definitely don't care about status or anything, but I like gadgets and I like freedom.
Comfort, freedom. Yeah,
I like freedom.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go where I want to go and do what I want to do. And what that means is money.
Yeah.
Because when you got money, you can do all that. And when you don't, you kind of can't. And so by financial measures, I'm a failure. My projects throughout my life, I mean, here I am with no Tesla still.
Not a lot of us in the country don't have Teslas.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wouldn't put it that. I mean, financial.
Well, I'm just saying, by that metric.
I know there's another.
I've made albums.
No, yeah, you see,
they didn't make me rich.
That's the thing.
I've made podcasts.
Financial success is when I get money, I'm not really too interested in it. And in fact, I don't even care about the money I sell or whatever. I'm just happy if like things are taken care of.
Yeah.
And like I said, with the missile thing I just said earlier, like it can go to and fro, and that's sort of how months and weeks go. You don't sell anything, you don't do anything, and the paychecks are lean, and they're big. But as long as you hit that target at the end, and I think where you want to have freedom now, you need that freedom now. You need it. You want to do what you need to do now. A lot of people push that off to when they perceive they'll live, when they think they'll live long enough to retire and actually do that.
Yeah, yeah. And I never understood that. Like,
No.
I'm gonna have all my fun when I'm too old to have fun.
Well,
that's terrible.
It's supposed to be the winter of the years, the salad days. You know, this is we earned this.
While you're dying.
I worked this hard. I'm almost dead.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun while
Let
you're
me
dying.
fucking go. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No,
because there's no guarantee in that. Like we all know we could die tomorrow.
Well, a lot of people do that. Well, you're not terribly into that thing. With the reason that I have all these insurances is like, if I do die, then they'll be taken care of because I worked hard.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I guess it's sort of a selfish thing.
Man, forgive me, tangent city here.
I love it.
But during, when I'm in a mushroom trip like that, when I'm just sort of being introspective and thinking about all this life stuff and whatever, it goes, my mind is all over the map.
Oh, yeah.
And then I always like to think about my place, my significance in literally the universe, and then down to like my world, the people in my life, the situations that I affect, and all of that stuff.
You're very powerful in the people that you touch. That sounds sexy.
I try to do my best for them, of course. I do
the
like
people
to
around
be
you. People
a generous lover.
You're a polarizing cat, man. I mean, you got to know people that love you or hate you. Or like, I mean, there's a begrudging
and that's okay.
respect.
Yeah, I've long since gotten okay with that idea because I've explained my whole bullshit on here before about like my version of enlightenment is reaching a state of I don't give a fuck.
I, however, grew up in the same circles, and I'm relatively forgettable. I'll tell you why. It's because it's me. I got along. I didn't really make a lot of waves. I was just there. I was easy. I smoked a lot of weed. I drank a lot, and then I was just fun. But no one really remembers that, and that's cool. Like I don't get.
That's what everybody was doing.
Yeah, but I don't get invited to the other things, and not that I really cared for that because I did leave for a bit. Neither here nor there. But like people will remember you. People will always they say, "Oh, Jerry at least tries." Like for the hate mail we get, it's always like this guy. They'll say like a paragraph about you, and then it'll be like, Jerry tries," and then they'll go right back to saying things about you. Well, that's power.
Blue shirt.
Yeah, blue shirt. They don't fucking know I am the guy. Blue shirt won't shut up. Something like that. But like they know your name, and that's important. I think the people you touch and the things that are around you. People know you.
But that's a question I would ask. Like, is it important? Am I making a difference to anyone?
Because if it doesn't happen,
because my general feeling about myself, and this feeling is duplicated for just about every person, completely insignificant.
Yeah, you're here to do
Like,
what you
this
do.
is fucking pointless and meaningless. At best, in my lifetime, I'm going to leave a lasting, meaningful impression on 5 people in the world. There's 8 billion people, just about 8 billion. And at the end of the day, there's going to be maybe 5 that give a serious fuck after I drop dead. And of those 5, that feeling's going to be temporary. And then, like, yeah, for all 5 of them, the feeling's going to be temporary. And then all 5 of them are going to drop dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's literally the end of me.
Well, the stories.
There's no legacy.
I think you completely disappear in two or three generations.
That's it for me. It'll be that. That's it. Yeah. When those people die, it's as though I never existed.
Well, not everyone's a Roosevelt. Not everyone's a Kennedy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's a thing. Like, like Pearl Jam, the great Pearl Jam. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday today, Eddie Vedder. We're recording this on Ed's birthday. Pearl Jam got together and they created this magical explosion. And they created a legacy for themselves. They have a legacy, that will last for generations and generations to come.
So the financial influence on that band will affect generations. They'll know people will know that this person's at the country club even 2 generations from now because of Pearl Jam money.
Yeah,
and
in my case, I will have no legacy. I've never done a thing. I've never created a thing.
You have though.
What? What's gonna, Jerry?
There's no legacy.
Yeah,
I mean, what does it matter? What does a legacy really matter to anybody who has one?
Well, that's a valid question too. What does it matter? Why do I care? And then a big part of my mushroom contemplation today was about ego. All about that. Just where is mine? What does it do for me? What does it do against me? How is it affecting my decision-making in various aspects of my life? I could go deeper into this stuff. I know I'm glossing over it in a vague way, but we'd be here for 9 hours.
I'd like to ask. What? Yeah, I mean, how I think I change with levels of achievement or defeat. Like things will, like if I feel I'm getting too high on the hog, like when I at my lightest and when I actually started getting like in shape, I was getting harder and harder to deal with in general public. Like I was meaner to people. Really? I was judging. I could see myself, and now that I'm knocked back down or wrung because I gained the 10 pounds back, or and I'm back up. Jerry. Like I'm like a fish being reeled in. Like you don't be a dick. I'm a dick. And then I'm closer to where I'm gonna get caught. But like levels of achievement, it's the small things. You just gotta do small things, and you just keep getting more satisfied with yourself until you are, like you say, what you picture yourself.
From what you're saying, as you get better, you become a worse person.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm truly, at my core,
a bad person.
I don't know. No, I'm so nice now to everybody. Like I really am. That I know that will change once I have the advantage. Like I'm so nice to people all the time for whatever reason. Like I'm just trying to get through the day. I say, I don't take a lot of shit.
Well, you're being nice to people because you're trying to get them to buy something.
Well, yeah, but beyond that, but I have to be nice to the person who has to do the pricing. I have to do this. I have to schmooze and move back and forth. That once I don't have to do that, or I feel like I'm better than them, dude. I shouldn't feel I'm better than anybody. That's not rock and roll, man. But I'm going to, because this is going to take off. This has got to take off. And once that happens, then I can say, fuck y'all. And really, it doesn't have to have a legacy. It's the ability to say, fuck this. And you do it already.
What?
And you consider yourself a failure. You already say, fuck you, man. You already say, you're not nice to people who don't deserve it.
Yeah, because I'm saying I'm a failure.
You don't, but you're not fake. And that's really, that is worse than any type of poverty. Being fake is absolutely, it's death. It's death. And
if there's one thing I can say about myself, I am not fake.
Authentic. Yeah. And so... And to a point where you don't care, or maybe I don't know if you care or not. People say terrible things about everybody, but you never let it get through. So,
yeah, I don't. When I say I don't give a fuck,
you truly don't give.
That means that I don't give a fuck about outside perspectives about me. Like I don't care, as long as it comes with the caveat. If I believe that I'm right or doing the right thing or doing what I think is best, then I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know?
And that's true. I mean, it's because I'm kissing your ass, but that's true enlightenment. That's true enlightenment. That's true success.
Look, Jerry.
Because I'd be the guy nailing Christ to the cross. Fuck you. Okay, maybe you can work on that.
Fuck
fucker.
you. Now, listen, I have a Christmas present for you that I'm going to present you with right now.
A Christmas
Jerry.
present?
Okay?
Well, why didn't you tell me we're exchanging gifts?
I got a gift for Jerry. Okay? All right.
I have to say, fuck you, fuck
now,
you.
fuck you, and have your little Christmas present.
Well, let me see what I got here in the pocket. See what Uncle Jerry has for you.
Yeah, give me $100.
All right.